Hi, welcome back to Love is a Lifestyle. My name is Laverne Delaney, and I am so excited to be on this journey with you. Today's topic is going to be about all things more. And that's it, the more that you deserve and the more that God wants to give you. And let's just jump into it. First, I want to say that I am trying my best to hurry up and do this video in one take because both of my children are home. It's 1 week left of summer before school starts, and any and everything that happens throughout the day with two kids at home is happening. So I wanted to be obedient and do what the Lord told me to do, record this video. So I'm going to do it in one take. Okay, but more, right? So I woke up this morning, and in the summers I pray outside. I love summertime in Chicago. I love my deck. I love my space, and I feel like God meets me there every morning when the sun rises. So as I was rising, as the sun was rising, and I was having prayer or conversation with God this morning, I was just reminded about more when I thought about what did I want to pray for, what petitions did I want to place before God today, and the only thing that consistently kept coming up was more, 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 more. I want more, and it just reminded me of the first time I felt like that, and it was after my divorce, which I explained to you guys in the last video. After my divorce, um, I restarted my entire life. I restarted my life career wise. I restarted my life with my finances, my living situation, my kids. Everything changed for me. It Going through a divorce is not only challenging, but it's transformational mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, all the things, right? So once I was done with that, once I was done with the shame, once I was done with the fear, once I was done with the anger and the frustration and just the sheer being upset and devastated by losing my marriage, I started to pick myself back up slowly but surely. I went to counseling, I went to therapy, which is different. I did spiritual healing and deliverance. And also, I started to work on myself. I started to remember who I was, my favorite color, down to the things I used to eat that I didn't eat anymore in my marriage because he may or may not have liked it. The places I used to go, the excitement I used to get from putting on certain outfits and putting my hair a certain way. I just remembered who I was. And being a mother and have gone through those experiences in marriage made me a better person. I just wasn't activating it. I wasn't tapping into it because I was fully trying to experience the situation, the marriage that I was in, and I thought that that meant losing part of who I was, and I was sadly mistaken. So this time around, I am not doing that. So when I thought about more, God reminded me after my divorce, I wrote books all about healing, all about rebuilding your life after divorce, all about the marketplace because venturing from a 9 to 5 into entrepreneurship taught me so many things that even my MBA did not prepare me for. But living it out, experiencing it, making choices that may have not been favorable because we don't use the failure word here, that may not have been favorable, and then learning what was uplifting and encouraging and prosperous. There's so much wisdom, there's so much knowledge that I have on the area of business and entrepreneurship now that I didn't have before. So I started to write books, I started to partner with other people. I became I had already finished my second master's degree in my marriage, but I had became a certified life coach where I was able to assist other women who were going through divorce with helping them get over the hump and live the life they desire to live. I started three businesses. One was successful, which is the coaching business that I currently have now. Um, I became a minister, then a pastor. I bought a house. I stabilized my kids. I found me. I regained my relationships with friends that I lost in my previous marriage. And I started new friendships. And I can honestly say it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And when I realized I wanted more, God gave it to me. And He was able to give it to me because of the healing process that I went through. Because He can't give us more if we are still bitter, we're still upset, we're still angry, we're still in depressive states. We can't handle more. God is never going to give us more than we can handle. So if we can't handle the situations and the experiences that we are currently in, the more is just waiting for us to get there. So once I released that previous marriage, I released that hurt, that anger, the frustration, that rage. Once I released that through the different healing channels that I just told you about, God was able to just give me more day by day, day by day. It was like things were just changing for me. And that's how I got into coaching other women and ministering to other women who needed help, where to the point now where I'm ministering and coaching men as well who are struggling because they are also struggling from divorce and devastation as well. But being my true self, allowing God to heal me, allowing the natural and the spiritual to do a good thing in me and for me, I was able to be in a better position to receive more. So when I was praying this morning and my spirit kept saying more, I realized that it was time again. I had the last year has been very stressful for me because getting remarried, there have been some things that were new, meaning that my husband now doesn't have any children, and we were high school sweethearts. 20 years later, we found each other again and just fell in love all over again and started this big, beautiful life, right? But also, I'm coming into the marriage divorced. He's never been married. I'm coming into the marriage with two children. He doesn't have any kids. And I'm coming into the marriage with a non traditional lifestyle, meaning that I'm an entrepreneur. I don't go out every day from 9 to 5. I don't do the normal things that he may have been used to. So I took a year and a half off from working. The only thing that I was submerged in was ministry because I can't leave the people who need me behind. But I'm still very limited in that. And I fully focused on transitioning my family into our new life. We had to transition into what it looked like day to day in our home. We had to transition into our finances, our expectations. You're talking about conversations with the kids, routines. Everything changed because now we are going from a small family of three, to a family of four, and where we now have an official leader of the house. I have been the leader of the house for 8 years because I was divorced for 8 years before I remarried. And that looks very different from when a man comes in. Very different. And it's welcoming and it's what you want, it's what you desire, but it's also a transition and shift that needs to happen. And it took some intentional time, some dedication, planning, strategies, and prayer to get through that year and a half so that we could get to a place that's full of peace, full of joy, full of cohesiveness, understanding, and clarity. So I just came out of that. And it was not always easy. It was a lot of challenges for me because being the head of your household for so long, being the one who makes decisions, being the one who does it all, I mean, all, even to the point where I've learned how to fix holes in my wall. I've learned how to replace faucets. I've had to do everything because I was the person. And trying to unlearn those very masculine traits, that very thing that kind of makes you hard and you're in hustle mode, I had to unlearn it. I had to soften up. I had to allow um, this man is in our lives to lead us effectively. It has not always been easy, and some things even hurt in the process. But the process is still a process, and it was still necessary. And I thank God that He allowed me to have the means and the opportunity to serve my family in this way for me to take a step back to from focusing on generating income to more so focusing on generating a household that felt like a home. That was it for me. My prayer was God answered my prayer of blessing me with the husband. Thank you, Lord, for that. Now, my prayer was I want to make our house a home. I want to feel at home. I want my kids to feel at home. I want him to feel at home when he's here. And that's a lot of work, but it's not hard work. It's easy work. It's light work because that's what we're designed for. That's what the Bible tells us who we are. You know, we're the atmosphere setters. We are the peace. We are the strength. We are love. We are comfort. We are nurture. And when you tap into that fully, because now you don't have to worry so much about paying the bills and you don't have to worry so much about not having it, you can actually relax and really rest in being a woman that God designed to be safe and secure and soft and loving and all of the beautiful things that He created in us to be, so that we can shift the entire atmosphere of our home and of our family. It was one of the best experiences ever. And to the point where I made notes about it. So I know eventually I will end up writing a book about it, because it's something to know. Like nobody prepared me for this. You know, the push was always to get married, but no one ever prepared you for when and after I do. What does that look like to combine a family? What does it look like to now take second seat and give someone else the lead when you've been in that seat for so many years? No one prepared me for that. So it was just me and Jesus trying to get this thing together. And I tried to be as obedient as possible. I sometimes I was even in my way sometimes because it's a very hard shift, um, being the boss, and I no longer want even the title of boss. I want to simply be a woman of God that is taken care of, that is provided for, that is loved, and that is free to do what God wants her to do in the home, in the community, and in the world. And that's the space I'm in now. So when I was on the porch this morning and I kept hearing the spirit say more, it was very emotional for me because I knew that I had elevated from a place and I'm now in a position to receive more. And I'm proud of myself for getting through the hard times. And I'm trying not to be too emotional on here, but I'm proud of myself from getting from point A to point B so that God can give me C, D, E, and F. I'm proud that I'm ready for more and I'm proud that I can hold more. My capacity is larger because of the things that I've studied, the things that I've learned, the classes that I've taken, the Bible scriptures that I've read, the lessons that I've learned from my pastor. Like I am ready for more. So whatever that abundance is, I'm ready for it. And that was my prayer today. It's going to be my prayer for the rest of the year. Like God, give me more. I'm ready for it. Let's go. And immediately I went into a meeting. That's why even my positioning right here is different because I went into a meeting this morning and it was an opportunity for more. It was an opportunity to serve a new generation of people in a way that I've mastered. And it was beautiful. It was loving and exciting. And I can't wait for the confirmation that the more is mine. But the simple fact that I was in that meeting, I just thank God for it. So I'm excited for the more. I'm excited to see what happens next. And I'm encouraging you to receive more as well. And if you're not in that position where more is a possibility for you, then I pray that you get in that position. I pray that you receive peace and joy and healing and restoration in your heart. I pray that bitterness and anger and frustration and rage leaves you. I pray for your intentional work to be done within yourself, for you to feel your heart like never before, and for you to find you again so that when you connect with you and God sees you wholeheartedly, because that's one of my favorite names for God is the God who sees me. When he sees you and he's so excited and he's so in love because you are the person that he created you to be, then you're able to receive more. You're able to receive more hope, more peace, more calm, more faith, more strength, more purpose, more intentionality, more opportunities, more love. Who doesn't want more love? Um, and more grace and favor. Like you deserve it. If nobody has ever told you, I'm telling you, you deserve it. And I know it hurts right now. I know it's tender. I know it's stressful. I know there doesn't seem to be a way out or another side of the rainbow, but I'm here as a witness for someone who's been not only bruised, but broken into a million pieces a few times and built a life that is so much better, so much greater. And it started with me falling in love with me again, me understanding who I was, me enjoying myself. It's a big deal to go from being lonely to being alone. Total difference. Because when you're lonely, you feel that need for someone else. But when you're alone, you're complete. If someone else comes, it's a bonus, but it's not a necessity. And even that is a mindset shift to even experience. It's something beautiful. And I pray that for you. So I pray that this video has blessed you and it has given you some excitement about what's next after this tender place that you're in. But I promise you, it's more out there. I promise you, you deserve it, and I promise you, it's yours. And I pray that the hand of God is on you, and that even now, His angels, as you're listening to this video, that His angels are surrounding you and ministering to you and reminding you that for every tear that you've cried, that God is going to pick it up and bottle it up and bless it, that there is nothing that you've been through that He can't fix or restore or replenish your time, and that no matter how far you've gone or how far you slipped away, His hand has never left you. So I pray that the angels are ministering to you right now and they are strengthening you and encouraging you. And I pray that God blows on you so that you can feel the rejuvenation and the excitement and the love of God, even right now in this moment, and have the strength to get up and walk towards that new life, because the Bible also says that as she went, she was healed. So as we get up every day, as we try, as we do something different, as we encourage ourselves, as we get up and just work, even if it's 15, 20 minutes of working towards whatever goal it is that we set. Once we work, we get up and we move, God's healing, His deliverance, His freedom, His liberty, His love for us shows up every time. So I love you. I pray that you get what you need, and I pray that you receive some encouragement, some insight, and some information from this video. That it wasn't me just rambling on about my morning prayer, but it was something that you deserve and desire to hear and to know. Okay? So until next time, remember that love is a lifestyle. God desires us to experience, see, give, express, exude, live, and love every day of our lives. And this love is a lifestyle is a platform where we recognize that this is the life that we deserve, that we desire, and that is ours. It's attainable. So I just want to say thank you for being here with me. And I can't wait to speak to you guys again in the next video. So I'm praying for your more. Have a great one. Bye.